Now, for some stores who are brand new or inexperienced with e-commerce, sometimes the peripheral aspects of colors or logos, fonts, and things like that can come off a little overwhelming. And normally that's because they're unaware of certain tools they can utilize to streamline these processes. So that's something that we do want to cover quickly in this tutorial. So to start out with, we're going to talk about color palettes. Now, within the design section, you will have the color picker, where you can go through and pick the color and shade of the colors you would like to use for all the parts of your website. But if you are trying to find specific colors that maybe match a logo or a color palette that you'd like, the guesswork here can be a little tedious. And that's why we suggest a tool offered by Canva.com, where they have a color palette. In fact, they even allow you to upload an image to find those. Now, Canva.com is similar to a service we talked about in a previous tutorial called Pixlr, where it's an online version, although paid, version of Photoshop. It's very easy to use, great for creating social media content or category images. But for this specific tutorial, we're going to review how you can upload an image to be able to use that color palette. Now, to start out with, you will need to go to the link that we're seeing on the screen, this canva.com/color/color palette generator. Now, you could do a Google search for this, but this link will also be in the comment section of this YouTube video. You can explore previously created color palettes. We can go to the bottom of this page and see some color palette ideas or explore color palette combinations. And within these, when you go into them, you will get the hex code. Essentially, this is the color code that you can copy and paste into the design section rather than drag that little color picker around to finally find the right option. Now, let's say you're looking for a little inspiration and you do want to upload a photo to utilize those pictures. It's a very easy process. So what I did is I just looked up flowers in Google, downloaded this photo over here because I really like the blues and pinks represented in this photo. What I can do is go back to that color palette generator, click upload an image. I'm going to go ahead and choose that image that I downloaded. And once I click upload, it's going to show me the main colors that this color generator picks out. So this works great if you're looking for inspiration, but maybe you've previously created a logo and want to use those colors. You can easily do so. So if I were to hover over this curious blue, I could either copy it in this section or highlight the hex code below and copy that. Now all you'll need to do is go back to the Ricochet site and in that color picker, clear out the hex code and paste the option that you want to use. So feel free to play around with this with your headings, secondary headings, primary colors, or button colors. Because utilizing a unique color palette can be a great way of representing a polished website and keeping customers coming back to your web store. The other one that we do want to review is a lot of times stores have difficulty with logos. Maybe they've got a logo that looks great as a social media profile picture, but when moved over to the website, it's really large, has a subtitle, increases the header too big, or just doesn't look good on mobile. Maybe some stores also just don't have a logo, don't know where to go, don't know how to get that information. There are a lot of free logo design sites that you can go to, and primarily we suggest freelogodesign.org. And the reason why we suggest this one is normally when you see a .org, this represents a nonprofit or an open source company. So it's not like a Shopify logo builder where they're doing this to try to get your business. Now, we're not going to review this entire process, but it's very straightforward. Essentially, you can enter in your company name, go in here and choose the style of your company, which most likely is going to be retail at the bottom of the list. And then you can go through and see some basic options. And when you click on one, you'll access the logo editor where you can make changes to this logo to better suit your business. Here you can click on any element to change the color, the outline, and you may want to utilize those hex codes you used in Canva for this logo. Now, I believe the only stipulation with free logo design is you will need to create an account to get the logo emailed to you or to be able to download. And it looks like that when you do move forward with it, you can either have a low-res or high-res option. And really, the low-res option is going to be ideal for websites. So feel free to play around with these features and see if they work well with your store. And of course, you can contact us anytime with additional questions.